and welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. God, it's been a long time since I said that. So, version 0.30 has come out, and as you can probably tell from the fact that one, I haven't played in forever, and two, I rarely ever play Trunk. I have no idea what's new, except for one thing. Sorry, two things. One, I know they've added a new spell that is like a double tap of two different elemental attacks at once, which is really cool. I think it's called Plasma or something like that. And two, there's something called Vise Electrical Charge, which basically is the Blink Bolt effect of Storm Form on a singleton spell. So I'm curious, and I'm definitely interested in playing just for the sake of getting a tournament win, if nothing else. I've got an Octopode in mind, which is kind of what I want to run. But I'm not opposed to running a Jin as well, just because that's a nice general purpose run to do. I think I'm going to go Octopode, but if it dies, then I'll switch over. And we'll see if OpAE is still viable or not. So we're going to go with my standard opener, which is pure air magic at first. Oh, did I go spellcasting at first? I don't remember. I think it's pure air magic until I need more air, until I need more mana, which I don't need yet. Oh, and all my macros aren't going to work because it's a new version, so let's fix that as we go. Create or edit macro from key. Should be auto lock. The way I set up my macros, everything can be done from just the numpad. That would be ZA period. And there's one more I need. Star should be ZC. And because it seems to distinguish between them, let me make sure. Yeah, they're both separate, but okay, cool. Let's do that. And that. Save and generate, save and continue, save and exit. Sure. Oh, damn it, not that. Alright, well, we've started the run now, so no spending an hour picking characters. I don't know how long I've got. Great, I did capital load, didn't I? We'll edit the macros. So I'm not sure how long I've got, so I'll use what time I've got, and then we'll go from there. Hey, good start. Good continuation. I don't want that engaged if I can avoid it. Teleport trap could be a lifesaver. It's good to know its location. In any event, it gives me an option when I'm out of other options. Picking off singletons enemies is way better than trying to take on groups at once in this weak early game state. Oh, an early spellbook. That's very nice. Wow! Mephitic Cloud is a freebie? Okay, so if I survive the early game, the mid game is going to be, or the extremely early game, the early game should be pretty doable. Mephitic Cloud is an incredibly strong attack and escape spell. Let's not get greedy here. Let's keep moving. I want that debt weapon. I'll take it. Now that cursed weapons aren't a thing anymore unless they brought them back. Infinite ammo launchers is a thing, so having the sling might not be the worst idea. But rule of thumb, I'm going to be shooting with bolts from range, and when I'm reduced to attacking with not magic, it's probably going to be desperation enough that, yeah, I'm in melee. Oh, another spellbook. 2 spellbooks on D1? The game does not hate me today. Although Necrotize, and actually, what is Necrotize? It's a new one. I wonder if it's a rebranding of Pain. Find out. Spell Necrotize. Got it. So it's a worse version of Animate Dead, maybe? Or maybe it deals some damage. Regardless, as a non-necromancer, it's not even going to factor into this game probably. Although, long term, I do need to learn new spells so that I know what is, viable-ish, what you should use to help this fragile situation. Okay, I got shafted, which is bad, but this is a relatively good time to be shafted. Ooh, yay, some AC. Considering I'd mostly cleared that floor anyway, and I'm pretty sure the rule is you cannot be double shafted on the same floor anymore. So hopefully that's it for shafting. That's a huge. There's a lot of things that are conspiring to make this game winnable for me. And I say, all right, I have 5 spell levels, and I only get to pick one. I really want Airstrike as soon as I can get it. Mephitic Cloud is nice. Let's turn on a low burn of spellcasting, because there's a high probability of getting one of those. Really, what I should memorize, if I'm playing correctly, is Swiftness. Swiftness is a get out of dodge. Ooh! A Staff of Air, nice and early again. Okay. Boosting spell power on my weapons is really good. But I'm gonna, so that's what I should memorize, but I'm gonna try and wing it without it, so that I can use those spell levels for an early Mephitic Cloud instead. Okay, a positive enchanted version of what I before did not have. Like, truly, this game is giving me a lot of favorable RNG right now. Nothing that I would classify as improbable to the point of game breaking or one of a kind. Nothing that's changing my game, but enough that it's giving me plenty of good momentum going in. Okay, so Kobold just went invisible, and I've got you next to me. I think I run here. I don't want to deal with an invisible kobold, and its potion will wear off in, like, there you go, a second. Okay, you're dead. That was a bad hit. We run. Why is this completely suppressed? Did I get mutated? Oh. Oh, when in or above water, that's why. Okay, so maybe they've nerfed. No, okay, so I see. There's both a water stealth buff and a general purpose stealth buff for Neuron Octopus. We can do better. Okay, we're not going to get the option to do better. 50-50 to hit is really lousy odds, but I resist electricity now, so let's try to set myself up for a double zap. Even if it hits me, I resist and he doesn't. There we go. That's using my staff to its advantage. This is the distance I like to fight from. Full screen. Okay, that was a little risky, I admit, but once I had her in Tentacle Grip, the bonus to hit was worth it. Okay, so don't really have many consumables at this stage. Okay. Didn't say how far the water is, did it? No. Okay. I do want to get in that sewer if at all possible. What is Egypt using? Doesn't say. Okay. Still doesn't say. What the devil is this? Yeah, all that stuff I said about nice luck, etc. Well, now the dungeon is trying to kill me again. I'm so much more comfortable knowing that the dungeon's trying to kill me. Okay, we've got 50-50, Airstrike or Mephitic Cloud. Both work. I say, ¿por qué no los dos? We take both. They do different things. Airstrike lets me kill a single target. Oh, no. Can't have both. Okay, well, I'll have them shortly. Airstrike lets me kill a single target very well. Mephitic Cloud lets me both run away and control crowds. controlling crowds is more likely to keep me alive at this stage of the game, and that is perhaps a little more valuable to me. I can, generally speaking, try to disengage and find a trick to win. Okay, very distant drain is not a good sign. Also very distant from here. So we're going to try north, just straight north. See if that's going to help out at all with finding the thing. We do not resist poison. Important to know. Not only do we not resist poison, but we don't even have curing identified yet. But if I had to guess, I would guess it's the one I have 3 of. May I never have to guess. Still very distant, even all the way north. So it's not, so maybe it's more west? I might have to guess. It's a really bad spot to be confused at. Might. That's curing. That's a miscast on Mephitic. That's a second. Okay, that one came out good. So we'll use the ink cloud to escape and run for it. Do we dive? It's a really lousy spot to be in. I think we do dive. Just to re-empower and then surface again. Perfect. We absolutely take good stuff. Oh, dang, I didn't realize I was being attacked again. Oh, that's Grinder. Okay, so this whole staircase is no longer safe. If Grinder wakes up before I'm ready to take him on, he can kill me with 1 round of paralysis. At this stage, it's fairly clear to me that the odds of getting the sewer are low. Not very low, though, just low. Okay, so we're back to where we started. Okay, nearby. Nearby. Brisk, but nearby. Oh, that might be it. Gotta be it, right? There it is. Whew, we're in. Okay, good. That's Ijib. Less good. Do we have airstrike? We do. Let's knock Ijib out direct. Okay, never mind. There's more things behind him. Let's deal with them all as a crew. You see why I put points into spellcasting early on with this build. All your spells are such gas guzzlers. Got that wand of flame. Take a nice stack of poison. Dive. Alright, we are alive and we're in the sewer. We've identified what curing looks like, and that's about it. That's our assets. Being in the sewer is really good for an octopus. There's plenty of places to hide. There's plenty of deep water shenanigans you can do against half the enemies down here. It's a relatively safe place to get some EXP and some loot. Fortunately, this seems like a really small sewer, so I'm guessing there's not much EXP to get. Oh, that's a fair amount of kills we've gotten so far. I think we definitely Mephitic this bunch. I'm gonna run for it. Taking quite a bit of damage. Get out of the doorway. Fill up my mana again and open the door. I just realized I don't have blink, do I? No. Odds on charming them have to be pretty good. Let's get them to fight each other. That will help. Time for some zaps. Good. Hey, you. Guard this area, please. Okay. Here we're going to take a 100% to hit, I'm pretty sure, right? Because it's charmed. Boom. Blast. All right. Good use of a charm. All right, we're going to turn off spellcasting here. I'm debating the relative merits of putting a point into poison or conj or something to make Mephitic Cloud more Mephitic-y, but I'm not strongly inclined to do that right now. Just I'm thinking about it. Octopi gain EXP at an unusually good rate, like roughly the rate of a human, I believe, which is above average. So I can expect to level up and get more spell levels, and by extension more MP that way. I think we just back off here. Got one. Miscast and out of mana. Full mana. 2. 3. Alright, sewer cleared. This is a new sewer design. I quite like it, actually. It's a good look. Okay, back to the grind. Yeah, we're not doing anything special with this run. We're just trying to get our tournament win. We should have some poison darts. That should be very helpful against this guy. There you go. Even if all it does is prevent the regeneration of health while I retreat, that's still more than enough to justify it. Alright, anything else want to come out through that little hole? Alright. Vamp Dagger, hard pass. Apportation. Summon Small Mammal you could make the argument is okay to pick up, but okay, now that I have a moment to think, let's get Swiftness. And I just realized a mistake I've made. I should move my RC file over. So let's get my RC file from here and just straight copy it into here. So all the stuff that I'm used to getting for free, like spell re-lettering and all. What is adventure mode? I hadn't heard of it. I'm not familiar with adventure mode, actually. Is that a new feature they've added, or? I see seated runs, sprint runs. Yeah, if there's something special, please, by all means, educate me. What is adventure mode? All right, you are just going to die. Mine first. Cool. So I've got a pretty good tassel of wands now. Direct damage, disable with. Ooh, magic dart. Oh, I'm completely out of spell levels, so forget it. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, this is a Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's a classic roguelike. Does it get to get called? Lindley's Dungeon Crawl is one of the old ones. Not the old ones, the old roguelikes. Stone Soup maintains a lot of that spirit, but streamlines a lot of the bullshit. There's auto travel, for example, right? And there's a good tutorial for like walking you through the basic controls. There are actual menus and. Do I take him on? I mean, most of the time I kill him right away. But if I'm wrong, I don't know my escapes. Well, technically I'm standing on a descent shaft, so as long as I'm not paralyzed and killed, it should be okay. Well, speaking of which, boom, we got him. Whew! So this is called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I'll put that name out in the chat. It's been around for forever. They update it every 6 months or a year and throw out a new tournament. So this is the latest version 0.30. But what's amazing is you can go to, if you search for Crawl Craziac, or actually, let me see if I can just F11 this and put the link down here. Yeah, I'm actually playing this in a browser window right now. You can play it online and it tracks all your statistics from God knows how long. I have the most frequently played game on my channel is this. Obviously, I've got other games I play a lot of too. I love Netrunner. I love. Oh no! I should not have engaged that scorpion. Distracted. I love Netrunner. Oh my god! There's just more and more of them. This is the time to step once so I don't get blocked in. Put on swiftness and run for it. And now that we are in a relatively safer position, let's try to win this fight. We will liberally use things that do not cost me mana, because mana is at a premium right now. Okay, we're good. Whew. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I've got some semi-tutorialish videos on my YouTube channel, but not lately, so I probably should remake some of those. Some of my oldest videos are definitely wizardry rings. Sweet. All my lousy spellcasting aptitudes have been vastly improved while wearing the wizardry ring. And since I'm an octopus, I get 8 tentacles instead of the usual 2 ring fingers. So very, very much good. Yeah, we're just gonna back away and let them all come to us. Unless I can get 1 triple zap. Too tempting not to take that shot. Too tempting not to take that shot. Okay, now we'll bounce shot onto myself. Shot. You guys are just not gonna. But yeah, the game has a ton of playable content, characters, species, races. I want to say that there's something like 26, 27 playable character races right now. And it's not just like, this guy has +2 to hitting, this guy has -2 to hitting. It's like, this race can't move under these conditions. This one always moves like a frog and it's hopping. This one, instead of having HP, it has a mix of HP and MP. This one, like significant gameplay differences. And there are, I shouldn't oversell it. There are some that the only difference is their aptitudes towards magic or something else. But take the octopus, for example, right? Its big deal is that it can't wear most armors. I think it gets to wear a hat, and that's it. All the other armor slots, it will never be allowed to wear. So suddenly, your AC for the entire game is always going to be terrible. But on the flip side, it gets 8 ring slots. So it can do some pretty crazy stuff with rings, which is fun. And if you can get through the early game with it, where, most characters will die if they don't have a little bit of extra AC, a little bit of whatever. Then you're more likely to pick up all the stuff you need to make it through the mid to late game, where you can find cool stuff to enhance yourself even further. Actually, what altars have we found so far? Sif Muna is decent. If I have to go with Sif just to guarantee that I get all the good spells, I will do that. But I'd rather go with something a little more that starts with a G and rhymes with Azog. Unless they've changed Gazog. Actually, they may have nerfed him by now, considering that the pattern tends to be to nerf things that are good, and Gazog is very, very good. One might say nerfably good. Okay, not an ideal spot. Get rid of one of you. the other. No. Shout and hide. Take another spot. This looks crazy youth-like. What the hell is this? Pain, fragile, will plus R, core strength plus 3. It's reasonable. Good mix stuff. The fragility of that weapon, of course, means once you pick it up, you don't get to put it down, so that's good. I don't need to go in there, so why fight him early? This is a bad engage for Sigmund. I want a better engage than that if I can get one. It's a really bad engage for Sigmund. Oh, there's only two ways down, huh? Okay. We'll fight our way to finding a third. It's no problem. I do have a wand of flame. I definitely want to just blast that guy, but it's still valuable to do so. Okay. I keep wishing I had blink and keep not having it. Think available yet? No, okay. I'll get it eventually. Okay, this is a lousy engage, but I don't have a lot of options. So we're going to try to confuse him. That worked. Good. The reason I say I don't have a lot of options is the only direction I have to retreat in is very long and windy. He will almost certainly catch up to me by the end of it. Land a few pot shots. A resist poison anything is very good, so I will hang on to that. My default is obviously to use a spell enhancer. The best defense is dead enemies, after all. This is such a lousy run. Oh my god, no, not two of you. Please, not two of you. Please, stop following me perfectly when you're confused. Jesus. Okay, we're just gonna go, or the run around. Hopefully they pincer. So we're gonna use Charming on this guy and turn him loose on that guy. When banks compete, you win. Airstrike. We can just run. We don't have to fight him. We don't have to worry about Sigmund anymore because he's very dead. I still do not feel at all strong. I feel very Tinterhook's unstable right now, so I gotta think what the next. Pardon me a second. That's some good stuff. Alright, yeah, so we gotta think what the next plan is. What the? Windows, please stop advertising to me. I did not want to look at you right now. I'll just break the game. Okay, we're back. And we're back. Zap, and off we go. Remember how I said resist poison can help you? This is a place in the game where resist poison can be useful. Okay, we're running away because we triggered an alarm. We'll go right back to it in a second. Definitely confusion is good here. At you. Definitely go for that double zap in the corner. Alright, we got him. What's this, by the way? Ooh, a dig one! Nice. And because this is all undiggable terrain, he probably didn't use any of the charges. Even better. Securari, I would definitely go get that. Are there any books we've overlooked? No? Okay. Deeper. Yeah, we're gonna shred you guys. Okay, Mankare can kill me in like 2 casts of pain, so let's make sure that if we do fight Mankare, I at least have a good opener. There you go. Airstrike will kill single target damage most things in the game right now. but not in one shot, usually in a few shots. Ooh, Ring of Ice. I could definitely pick that up just to have a switch option. Okay, nothing I want. Everything I want. Actually, not so much. The Ring of Poison Resistance is not a terrible option. Generic Intelligence and Evasion is good. Reflection is really good. Unless they change these things. I should actually examine Reflection. It does boost shield, so it's still very good. These are all potential pickups, but I'm not willing to pay for them yet. Because I bet you I can get them cheaper later. I don't need them now. So, yeah. Get the Intelligence Ring. The Intelligence Ring I would pay full price for right now. Okay, that was the trigger that we were waiting for. Now that we've triggered the alarm, we need to run for it. I think straight back the way we came is okay. Probably make it there just fine. We'll make this staircase instead. Stopping to take pot shots at my pursuers is a great way to make sure that I end up getting out of this with my head. Kill off whoever is first in line. Now you have a later position in the line to deal with. Okay, we got a bunch of heal wounds. Found our ID scroll. ID a couple of these babies. Okay. Ooh, we found the blink scroll. Very nice. Blink scrolls and a teleport scroll. Okay, so we have most of our safety options online right now. I activated swiftness with my one turn and then made a break for it. Wait, are you invincible or something? Oh, he's resistant to poison. That's why it's not letting me do that. I'm just gonna get out of here. Technically, I could stand and fight there, but I don't have to, so I'm not gonna. See? Same guy. Completely superior engagement from range. Being willing to reset my engagements over and over and over is a big part of why I don't suck this game. Hell yes. This is a great shot for me. So there's double wizardry, willpower, this bad boy, which gives me int -3 granted, but bonus MP, and slayage and resistance to fire, and this another ring of bonus intelligence. If I find Gazog, that's a no-brainer now. I really do want to. I need a lot of money to buy all this stuff. What is a sleep cap? I've never heard of these. Interesting. It also dies easily, thank God, to airstrike, which, it should. It doesn't have much evasion. The big limitation of air magic in general is that it's evaded super easily. Well, it tends to be more evaded than other categories of magic. So, using it against non-evasive enemies, you're negating its one big weakness. Alrighty, so no ecumenical temple, which means it's guaranteed to be next floor, which is good. Unfortunately, we also have the Roar of Battle. Let's test read a couple scrolls to see if we can luck out and find mapping. Okay, nope, and we got silence, so that is just a non-bow here. We're gonna try a different staircase. Hopefully silence will be all pooped out when we get there. Roar of battle. Ooh. Say it ain't so, buddy. That's the ecumenical temple. Okay, perfect. So we found the temple before we went to the Roar of battle, and hopefully Gozog is available. Doesn't look like it, though. Oh, man. Gozog is not available here. Unfortunately, with how many amazing buyables are already available in the dungeon, I definitely want to run Gozog this game. So yeah, we're not going to take a different deity. I'm strong enough that I can handle it for now, at least. Famous last words. Okay, distant portcullis. So that doesn't tell me much. I think. Okay, fluids is good. This might be a giant knoll fortress, actually. If I had to guess, that's what I would guess this is. And if it's the knoll fortress, the odds of the portal being in here are low. It might not be a knoll fortress. I can't see enough. Man, I can win these fights, but not in a timely fashion. If I can't win quickly, then my search time is going to run out. Finding the portcullis. And I really do want to go to the portcullis. There are some things I can't deal with, but there's so many that I can. I have a really good single target kill spell. Okay, it's nearby now, so definitely we're going to look for it. No. If it's nearby, then it's probably just north of me. North and west, if anything, so we'll keep looking. This is I should tell you guys, the thing that kills me in this game more than anything else is my greed at finding portals. Okay, we made it. Plenty of inventory spots. Let's just dive in. Okay, I don't recognize the structure, which tells me that in the last God knows how many versions of the game, they may have added new ones. I love this much deep water. That's a huge boon for me. I'm already resistant to electricity, which would have been the one thing that deep water doesn't afford me is eel protection. I still can get shot by arrows and whatnot from rain, so let's try to be, around the corner from any enemy. We're just gonna lob a Mephitic Cloud right into the heart of all that and watch them rip each other apart. Okay, and now we'll just back off. But just imagine if we had Gazog right now, man. All of this would be money, 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 money. I'd be so rich right now. I would be coming right out and immediately buying all that good gear that I wanted. That's another problem. I'm thinking in terms of already having that gear, when in practice, all I have is a shopping list. In theory, I'll get it all, but in practice, I need to live long enough to make my investment choices pay off. I'm choosing not to go with a different deity because I'm investing in the future where I find the one I want. And that works out often enough that it's probably okay for it not to work out some of the time, because I can always just, play like I would without a deity, not be too risky. This character is not deity dependent in terms of their strength, the strength of the build. I can do a lot just being me. Okay, what's this? It's saying that I now have enough money to buy a whole bunch of cool ring stuffs. I thought it was saying I had found a ring, and I was like, what? No such luck. I see a buckler coming up, and that looks like an unran buckler if I'm not mistaken, so I'm very excited to finish this off now. That is a cool looking sword you got there. We should run. I don't want to fight that priest like this. We'll just run for it. Yeah, you guys don't scare me even at half as much as that priest does. But in interest of not dying, let's throw a puff of flame to make some steam so that they can't both see me at the same time. I used the wrong one. That's fine. Let's fill up mana before I fight. Okay, back to it. Oh, priest! I'm all alone. I'm just a squishy octopus. I am the big tentacle Cthulhu flocking. Singing sword? Oh, game, come on. How much do you love me? Let me count the what? Shit. Okay. The scariest thing the High Priest can do is summon enemies, and it has done quite a bit of that. But lucky for me, those enemies are all land-bound, so I get a second approach. Demonologist can also summon, so let's just quickly kill it. I traded blows as fast as I could, and it just drank a potion to get it all back. I think I will Potion of Magic here. Is Mind Burst better? No. Is Charm better? Heck no. Fog is an emergency that I'd like not to use. Fog is actually correct here, because all I need to do is get far enough away and I get all my mana back. There'll be other situations where I will have no possible escape and I'll need mana or die. Blocking LOS is a little bit less powerful. Okay, so we found the buckler. It's bonus to everything and +7 shield. Kind of hard to argue with that. We already know what you can do, so let's try to confuse you so that when you inevitably don't die fast enough, I can still win this fight. Alright, we got the engagement. Alright, let's run out to the sea again, and good, nothing good here that I forgot about. Apparently I picked up Acquirement while I was here, so that's great. If we were to straight up put the buckler on, it doesn't kill my spell casting, so there's literally no reason not to use it yet. Eventually, I'm probably going to move towards transmutations that don't require or aren't able to use shields, and that's fine. I'm not there now. I'm going to trickle into air magic now that it's at 15 already. Put a few more points into spellcasting and fighting just to stay alive a little better. Kind of diversify my portfolio slightly. Why are we... Please tell me that I wasn't in manual this entire time, or auto this entire time. Doesn't look like I was. Yeah, so we'll force some air magic, I'll trickle into manual, trickle into... Okay, cool. Good, nice mix. It looks like we either full cleared or nearly full cleared this place. So let's eat our requirement. The Hat of Massive Regeneration, a Staff of Air with an upside, a bolus of gold. Tough to say. I've never seen a Staff of Air that had a bonus to it. Spell enhancer saves tend to be pretty nothing else to them. Regent Plus is really cool. Strength plus 8 is really, really cool. RC minus not so cool. But something I'm using right now is already giving me a bonus to that. I'm not sure what it is. Can I use Sing Sword with shield? I can. Interesting. Yeah, that is a lethal attack delay. I can't risk that. I think I'm not going to acquire anything just yet. That hat, in theory, is a really good pickup. +1/2 to AC, negated cold penalty already. regen and strength 8 is really cool. But I would take an int +3, AC +2 hat, vanilla over it probably. C invisibility is not a critical property for me. And if I need it, I'll acquire later. So yeah, this is like definitively suboptimal play, but I'm not immediately acquiring one of those. Realistically, I probably should be acquiring the hat just for the temporary benefits it's giving me. My goal is to find the mutation potions, so I'm quickly test reading against mutation for all the ID scrolls I just picked up. Okay. So let's review. The only ultra we haven't found is Gazog. We've done. If we hit floor 9 without finding a Gazog ultra, I would consider that bad luck. And I would start reconsidering the relative merits of picking Gazog. But at this point, it's kind of a sunk cost fallacy. You know, I've already committed this far. All the EXP that I would have earned for whatever deity, I've given up already. So what's a little more now? Also, not to put a point on it, but there's not like another deity that I'm itching to be follower of right now. That would have been a situation to put on resist poison. Speaking of which, this might be a situation for poisoning too. If I switch over to this mace really quickly and then drop a poison, that should keep me relatively safe from the pursuit that I otherwise am. Ah, crap. That was a bigger fish. This floor is going out of hand really quickly. I only have one teleport, so I really would like to save it for when I absolutely have no other choice. Can you kill her? And you, can you help? Thank you. You kill her. Smite can kill me very easily at this HP. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're going to teleport for sure. We're going to heal wounds once because oh my god, we're so low. Do I have to blink here? Give myself one more turn without blinking. And pray for luck. Yeah, whew, okay, saved a blink scroll. Okay, we charm one of you guys. We charm both of you guys. And you guys hold the line. Hold the line for me. That kobold zombie looks terrifying. Shoot around your ally. What the hell floor is this? Dig myself a murder hole. That is to say, a hole in the wall that I attract enemies to by acting like they can come after me and then murdering them inside the hole. It's not as good, obviously, as having a staircase to retreat to, but it's better than being out in the open while +1 enemy, +1 enemy, +1 enemy overwhelms me. Okay, good. Blaster caster, zap and blast. Yeah, thanks for the free fog. Back to my hole. Okay, we have successfully emerged from our hidey hole. Not dead. Can't stress enough how much not being dead was an important part of that game plan. We are very much alive. One thing we've done a really good job of this game is making liberal use of wands wherever using those wands would increase my odds of life overall, rather than only using them as a last resort. We go to the murder hole. We'll go to the murder hole. Long way. Hey, there you are. If you're going to slow me, I'm going to confuse you. And, I don't know, hit you with something while my MP recharges. There you go. I will absolutely take a means of applying fire damage. One-on-one with a little bit of terrain manipulation, or being able to utilize the terrain, I can kill most enemies at this difficulty level, even some pretty dangerous ones. But when they get a good surround on you, when they come at you quick enough, when it's 3v1, they take you down pretty quick. They can overwhelm you. They can tax out your already limited mana and then punish you for having used it. Even if you use it correctly on enemy 1 and 2, that's fine, but you don't have enough mana then for enemy 3 and 4 and 5 all at once. Even crowd control tends to be focused on landing some hits so that I can recharge and get out and recharge. No, I got enough cool shit for weapons, and I don't want to take a two-hander weapon, since I'm clearly doing just fine with my one-hander and shield. The shield is what gave me the RC I forgot about. Alright. Well, we still didn't find Gazog, and this is actually starting to get a little bit frustrating. You know, did we actually full explore the floor we got shafted past? What is that? What's that little window it's trying to show me here? There's a book, but there's no way in, and there's no altar, so that's not what I was looking for. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it looks like I full explored everything. Drop, drop, drop. Okay, there it goes. Another jewelry store with another ink plus ring and another wizardry. That's ridiculous. At this stage, I could probably get a level 6 or 7 spell castable straight up just by wearing triple wizardry. And I have the ring slots for it. So please, game, please give me the thing I need. Give me a Gazog altar. Has Gazog been modified to not be one of the base gods, like Lugonu or something? Ooh, that would be an interesting way to nerf him. Or just a bad luck run. I don't know, it might just be a bad luck run. Or good luck if you don't need Gazog, I mean, obviously. What is on my shopping list that I can actually afford? I can actually afford a lot of this stuff already. I would probably be reasonable to buy the Amulet of Reflection right now, straight cash. What does the entry to Gazog cost? $194. I want to keep that cash on hand just in case I find the altar, but humans, eh? Usually where there are humans, there's named uniques that somehow interact with them. Was written Necronomicon Cthulhu Borderers. Okay, we now have statue form access. So if I don't find anything else, I can use that to increase my defenses and strengths, etc., so that I can win the game. I mean, I won't go so far. I don't think you win the game off the statue form, but as an Octopus, but Octorok is a very strong build. You definitely can do a lot of good stuff with it because you keep all your rings. I hate this spot. If I can root these guys. For the long I couldn't. Try again. See if we can. Ooh, there's a light one? No, now root's better. Root's way better here. Wait, has root been modified to only work for one turn or something? That's 3 times in a row they wriggled out in one turn. Cool. Cool. I'll just run for it here. If you want to come out in the open, be my guest, but I warn you, the air is hostile. The air obeys my commands. Alright, another blink. Got a potion of invisibility, that's cool. I don't know that I will ever read a scroll of silence on purpose, but if I would, I can now. Still no Gazog, my god, okay. This is stupid. We went to floor 10. Like, you don't do this. You really don't do this. If I get caught off by a mob that I can't deal with here, I kind of deserve it. Really should take the earliest lair option you are given and just move with it. Especially if you're already strong enough to deal with hydras and spiny worms, and I am. But I just keep thinking of all the gold that I'm not going to get. And it makes me sad. Hey, I got a new teleport scroll. I didn't realize I was out of them this whole time. Alright, there we go. There we go. Why don't you all just stay like that? A little line of school goals from me, huh? Okay, no, we're not going to take on a two-handed ogre at half mana. Full mana? Sure. Half mana? No. Full mana, full distance. Lay it on me, asshole. Greatest gift of all? Oh, Zom, you tease. For those of you who don't know, Zom is the chaos god who, generally speaking, makes your life a living hell. I consider beating the game as Zom a challenge just by itself. And there it is. There's the Gazog altar. A little bit late, but here we go. Now that we've got that, we can look at what's available on the shopping list, and oh, look at that. Nothing is affordable anymore. I mean, it's not technically nothing. Yeah, you don't scare me. I'm going to switch to poison resistance before I take them on, though. I can get pretty heavily poisoned against this many bees. Not the bees! Not the bees! All insects in this game, or all insects in this game, are generally very vulnerable to poison. So it's interesting to confuse the bees, and then they promptly start beating each other up, and they can't handle their own poison, so they hurt each other very quickly. Switching back to Staff of Air. Okay, I need a quick breather, so I will be right back in just a minute. Alrighty, so let's review. We're about an hour into this run, almost to the minute. We have a very viable octopus. We do not yet have our desired endgame spells. But we have plenty of good spells to work with. We should probably actually pick up Freezing Cloud right now. That'll be very good for dealing with spiny frogs and for dealing with hydras. And it's bizarrely super castable. I'm going to throw some points into Conjuration. Not many, just like one, because clearly I have quite a few that key off of that. And good job on fighting. Start training dodging as well now as a build up. Okay, so what the next step should be is buying good stuff. Yeah, let's take the Amulet of Reflection immediately. The rest of the good stuff we can come and go as we please, but I'm going to take the Amulet of Reflection immediately. And that should boost my survivability heftily. We definitely want to keep all the Rings of Intelligence and Evasion on our shopping list, though. Is there any jewelry that I've ignored that isn't in a shop? There's an unknown. I'm curious what it is, but I'm not going to spend gold on it. There's so many good knowns. Let's go to the lair first, obviously. Okay, there is a volcano. I don't think I have the ability to resist heat at all. Ooh, apparently I picked up a ring cold at some point. I don't think I have the ability to resist cold at all, so if I go there, it's strictly going to resist heat at all. If I go there, it's strictly going to be on a theoretical, let's see what we got basis. I'd have to be ready to retreat. So there's no rush to get to that volcano, is the point. I've actually picked a relatively bad search plan. I'm moving in a straight line away from the door instead of a circle around it. Yes, they've renamed spiny frogs as cane toads. No, they had done that before. I just never forgot that they were used to those. Alright, we're gonna make a nice cold zone here and encourage the wolvies to walk through it, killing them if they don't. We are not going to worry about avalanches of rocks. Without our F plus at the very least, the number of ways I could insta-die in there is very high. This is the first floor of the lair. It's very easy to get overwhelmed here. I would rather devote any extra energy or resource into just staying alive and clearing this floor nicely. Overall, through the course of the game, I've taken one or two unnecessarily high risks. I would say that there was a 1 in 6 chance of dying when I chose not to blink from that group of 3 mobs, give or take. And I took the die roll odds on keeping the blink scroll that I had. That was probably a bad play. I probably should have said, I have at least 2. I don't need to worry about it. That would probably have been better. Cold-blooded creatures not only take damage in cold, obviously, or not only take damage from cold spells, like everything, but they also slow down potentially inside them, which is why Freezy Cloud is so effective against hydras and frogs and such. And since I knew I was going to face them, well, I mean, look at it. I've already had a lot of value added just from having that one spell up. Yeah, we're going to drop a Freezy Cloud here and then bolt through anything. And obviously, warm-blooded creatures don't slow down from the cold, but that doesn't mean they don't take tons of damage if they're dumb enough to try and walk through it all. And if they have enough health, they know it's safe to walk in the first step or two. And then when I keep walking away, they're like, oh no, there's more steps, and then they die. Good. Very good. I keep one eye on my mana to make sure I'm not overdoing it as I'm continuing to explore the unknown. We have officially lost the volcano. Yep, it's very much missed. And I have very little sadness about this fact. Granted, there could have been something really nice in there, but the odds are good that in order to explore it deeply enough, I would have had to risk my life to fire at least once. And even a single heal wounds potion is valuable when you don't have a solid passel of defenses yet. My defenses are pretty meh. Okay, we now can afford to buy Rings of Intelligence. How am I on spellcasting? Pretty good. There's nothing I want to cast that I can't. Kind of okay. See that boulder beetle? That thing is death on a stick. Boulder beetles sound like, oh, it's just a beetle. No, think of it like an animate rock. It's not what it is, but okay, I bet you they can't go through deep water. He can't go through deep water, which means he can't reach me. And I can beat the shit out of him from range. Hey, Freezy boy. Come here. Poison you. Oh, look at you trying to reach me so hard. Yeah, without that pool of water, I would have been desperately running for my life, trying to find a way to blink across, trying to get away from melee range, trying not to get hit at top speed by a racing boulder. You know, boulder beetle stuff. Okay, good here? Gotta be good here. Cane toad, frosty toad, dead toad. I could totally use that line from X-Men right now, right? Do you know what happens to a toad when it's hit by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Okie dokie. We're just gonna drop a Freezy Cloud right about here. Should get all of you. Airstrike, airstrike, airstrike. Hydra's down. Hydra muerte. How frustrating it must be for these monsters. They see this wet, floppy octopus come around. They're like, ooh. And the next thing they know that there's giant damaged clouds and the air itself is striking their heads and hearts, and then they're dead. Very much dead. All right, we're going to kill conjurations here. Until I have a conjuration to actually memorize it with, it's pointless. I am going to start putting some points into transmutation because the long-term strategy is ultimately to become a transmuted statue or a transmuted scroll form if I can find it. Would be obviously much more preferable. But it does me no good to stay in this form indefinitely. Inner Flame, Sticky Flame, Flame Wave. Ooh, Flame Wave could be interesting. At this stage of the game, I'm very happy with my damage output already. Okay, Olgrip's Toxic Radiance, on the other hand, is definitely worth taking, I think, yeah? Unless they nerfed it or something, it's just AoE poison. I don't want to side grade into poison, though. Let's see what happens to my casting when I start putting on more stuff. Because at this stage, if I have to kill everything on the screen, I'm just backing off airstriking and such. Oh, I already have a Freezy Cloud. That's right. Yeah, I already have a Freezy Cloud. Zap, 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 zap. Zap, 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 zap. Death Yak is scary. Not because it's scary, but because when there's one, there's almost certainly more. So that whole using up your mana on the first guy and then not having any for the second thing is hugely in effect. And airstrike works best in open spaces. That guy was in a tunnel, so yeah, just there. You see, told you there's probably more. Jesus, it's the whole floor worth of enemies. Um. 1 Death Yak killed. That was worth it. The rest of this theater we can just ignore. Or we can Mind Burst it and hopefully... Ooh, let's try for Roots. Let's try for Roots. See if we can lock them down inside the storm clouds. Or the ice clouds, sorry. We'll try for Roots one more time. This will be very good. And then get out of here. No hope of killing him with that. 91% to hit's pretty good, but didn't kill him. I do not want to use my Blink Scroll here, but Fear could work very well. What else could I do? I could drop a Poison Scroll, but I'm pretty sure that would exclude his space. Do I have to quaff magic here? Yeah, I kind of do. I think I can get away with Lignification. That'll give me enough strength to survive a few turns while I get my magic back. There we go. Good. Good. And while we're at it, let's go and pick up some power-ups now. There is a ring of bonus magic with a whole lot of fire resist, necro, MP +9. Costs some intelligence to wear it, but that's a small price to pay. Or I can pick up 2 rings of intelligence. How am I for ring slots right now? I've got plenty of ring slots. Let's go for 2 rings of intelligence, actually. Ring 1. Oh, I'm trying to buy everything at once. Alright, we'll take the first ring of intelligence. Whoa, what just happened? It was probably asking if I want to clear the rest of my shopping list or something. Another ring of intelligence. There's even more of them. Huh. Alright, now my intelligence is a meaty 35, which is amazing at this low dungeon level. And suddenly that Olgreb's Radiance is looking mighty castable. So we're just going to memorize that and then head right back to the lair. There's a multitude of situations where AoE poisoning could be very useful. Like, for example, right now, Toxic Radiance, kill it as it approaches, pick off a yak. Yak attack! Boom, baby! Toxic Radiance. I think we read Toxic Radiance here, actually. Okay, that was undesirable to say the least. I'm getting sloppy. I need to start focusing again, just because I have a good setup. But one thing that's really awesome about not just this game, but all games in this genre, in my opinion, no matter how strong you are, if you get sloppy, the game will usually punish you. No matter how much you have it in the bag or whatever, the game will take your hubris and make you regret it. Maybe not with this encounter, maybe not with that encounter, but yeah, if you get overconfident. There is such a thing as being very good at the game and just being, on a roll, because, things that you've done 100 times don't even scare you anymore. What are those? Oh, blink frogs. It's a cool new. That's a new sprite for the frog. I quite like it, actually. That old sprite is much more similar to how they used to look. You're probably a good one to use poison on. Alright. We're gonna actually put points into poison to 1.5 because we have a massive aptitude. It'll help with our Mephitic, it'll help with our whole reps. So there's enough reason to do it. Last floor. Also, our shopping list, nothing yet. See how rightly I spoke when I said that I was waiting for Gazog, man. That ridiculously expensive shopping list, we've been able to buy more than half of it just with the money that he's given from all these kills. But man, if we had gotten Gazog, even if it was even on a late temple, that would have been so nice. Instead, he wasn't at the temple at all. Okay, we picked up the possibility of another ring buy. Mass poison. Full Ribs is nice because instead of dropping a zone, it just targets the entire screen. Anything that you can see, not obviously the invisible, not out of range of sight. So if you got an enemy that is a predictable path, going to move slowly, stay in the same spaces, you're going to get way more damage, assuming it's vulnerable, out of Freezy Cloud. But assuming that your enemy is rapidly moving, so going to cross the clouds quickly, and or very evasive, or it's an open area, so you're not going to get a good target crosshair setup, then using poison, which will definitely hit, is really nice. Of course, poison is probably the most resisted damage type in the game, so pros and cons. I want to get my cloud down first so that his cloud doesn't block it. He's out, so we'll do it one more time. Okay, good. Oblipas will turn you into a stone statue if you get in that cloud. Temporary, but there's a good chance that he makes it permanent by killing you if he catches you in it. But if you always take a step away from the cloud, it never has a chance to trigger because you don't inhale there. I hate this situation. I think we put on swiftness so I can build an air gap. And then I just pick them off. Where's Kirari when you need it? There it is. Now he's slowed, so he'll never catch me. But my swiftness will wear off and I'll be slowed, so it was important to make sure he was slowed. See? Now he sped up because his wore off and mine didn't. What the hell? It's a lousy, lousy retreat. I deserve to win that one, but whatever. What the hell is a sky shark? Oh my god, okay, that's a monstrous enemy. It's very squishy though. It's not like it's ridiculously robust or anything. Very killable, but my god, that's a... How creative to add a sky shark to the game. I got no problem with that as a flavor-wise. That's a cool enemy. And it belongs in the layer of beasts, definitely. Alright, poison the elephants. So yeah, see, I went from, oh, I don't need poison, I can already use the cold, to, just use poison on freaking everything. Taken for that convenience. Let's run from this thing. I feel like I can do a better job with the re-engage. Alright, you smarmy bastard. Now what do you want to do? Does not be there? That's fine. Kill everything else but you. Alright. Olgrevs is down to 13% because of that teeny bit of training I did. Very nice. We have not found any new 6-7 spells. Level 6-7 spells. It's less nice. You may notice I do a lot of running. That is what happens when you're a squishy octopus wizard. A combination of two squishy things. We're still getting dodging, we're still getting fighting. Not? Okay, we'll put fighting back on. Fighting in this game is a bit of a misnomer. It's really a combination of constitution, and it also gives you a slight benefit to your fighting ability, but not really. It's primarily used to boost your HP, and it does so slowly, but it keys off of level, so it kind of matters. We have not found a single usable hat this whole game. Let's revisit that acquirement scroll. Yeah, at this point, it's pretty clear now with Gazog I don't need 900 gold pieces. I'll get more later. The Hat of the Thistle is looking much better now. Because I haven't found another hat yet, because it gives me a regen, because I have double RC minus or RC plus already, so I can afford to lose a level. Because all these things are adding up to make me say yes to it. How many times have I been running away from an enemy hoping to get some MP back? Poison Cloud, and beat him out. Now there is a spell, or at least used to be a spell called Ignite Poison. And Ignite Poison takes a poison enemy and deals it a ton of damage based on its level of poison. I want to say it deals as much damage as the poison would have dealt over the course of its duration, but I doubt that's actually true. It probably just lights the poison inside them on fire for whatever damage that's worth. We'll poison everything here and run for it. So this is probably the end vault of the floor. That's why it's so hard for me to clear it. I have to be a little more cautious. Because if you look at the map, I filled in everything but that one segment, and everything's converging on me the moment I walk in here. So, yeah, it stands to reason this is the end of the road. Confusion on the way in, ice once they wander out. Very good combination for keeping them at bay. Now we're just going to ice the entire distance, so they're in trouble no matter what. I didn't get hit by that manticore, did I? No, okay, good. Another blast. All right, you're down. Excellent. Hopefully that was most of what's in here, but let's not count our chickens before they crack their eggshells. Ooh, a straight cold resist ring. I'll take it. I'm clearly not going to use this or this set anymore, so let's just get rid of them. Just when I thought I had this place cleared out, turns out there's more stuff in here. If I can stand still, the barbs will come out. Good. Okay, off we go. Hiding. Staff of Conj. Brilliance potion. I hear it's better than it used to be now. And it was always okay, but you know, I'll take better over okay any day. Not gonna lie to y'all, I took Freezing Cloud as oh, that would make this super easy, or that would make this area easier, but instead I leaned on it like a crutch this entire time. So yeah, Freezing Cloud definitely was MVP for this layer. The layer is cleared now, so let's get out of here and reinspect the shopping list. We're gonna take that double RF ring because we're missing fire resistance entirely. It does have some downsides to it, but whatever. What don't we need? We don't need 2 random nets. Thank you very much. We don't need a 45 pile of this. We don't need the ability to make loud noises without using our mouth. We don't need voluntary torment. I don't see myself rebranding weapons on accident, so there you go. And we'll put that on. Yes, it's warning me that because the -3 and because the drain means I can't take it off easily. Everything I'm wearing is already max enchanted, so I don't actually need to collect enchant armor scrolls unless it's to open up vault. So that's even something else I can get rid of. But now we're desperate to get some new spells. Let's hit up the Orcish Mines. Normally, I would be a little, you know, is this the right place to go next or isn't it? But since I have not 1 but 2 cloud spells, it's probably going to be just fine to go here. I've got good crowd control. I've got good single target damage. Are you serious? Orc warlords are among the most dangerous things that can possibly be here. And not only is there one here, but it's blocking the door. That is to say, if I run away, it's going to be waiting for me when I come back in. So I'm going to kind of pull it out with me and then figure out how to deal with it when I'm on the surface. It's not shooting me from range, which suggests it doesn't have ranged weapons, which means maybe I can drown it. Why don't you come over here, buddy? See if I can get you confused near deep water. No? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You gotta be around here somewhere, though. Come on, buddy. Poor Orky. Orky, Orky. Come on, Orky. Okay. He's here somewhere, lurking. I'm just gonna forget the floor so I can auto travel the whole floor to find him. There he is. Hey, Orky. Orcus. Orcus, Porcus. Come with us. And we'll tempt him to come back by shooting him just enough. And then we'll try to confuse him again. Oh, we did it! He drowned! Haha! Yeah, that guy was way above my ability to kill in a straight-up fight. Like, I would have had to use 150-ish mana. And that would have taken a lot of back and forth dancing. And instead, by drawing him out of this area, I was able to take him out using the environment. In here, he would have been very hard to deal with. Anyway, like I was saying, normally you don't necessarily just blindly go into the Orcish Mines, because it's very easy to be overwhelmed by summoners, smite-targeted direct damage spells, large crowds, wards, etc. But I happen to have the right tools for the job, I think, to make it much more survivable than usual. That being said, they are clearly punishing me with some high-level enemies here, presumably because it was such a late Orcish Mine. So good to have extra mana. An MP +9 ring is really coming in handy right now for letting me fight these pitched battles, these running battles, without having to refuel quite as often. Imagine that whole thing I just did with only 20 mana instead of 32, right? Or 21 or whatever. It'd be so much harder. That thing of like, don't let them string you along for one enemy, then two, then three. Well, I can afford to go 1, 2, 3 now. I just can't go 4, 5, 6, which is really good. Ooh! If I can get... too late. I was hoping I could have Maurice dead before he decided to go invisible. No such luck. Try again. So we'll blast him with this until he goes invisible, then we'll turn on poison. Oh, never mind. He's already dead. Good. I'll take already dead. Already dead works. And the best part is he left most of that Wand of Light for me, so I'll get a lot of light charges now. Light, if I recall correctly, is a very potent ability that deals damage on the line and strips a bunch of resistances. I mean, sure, it's no Bolt of Acid, but it's still really good. Okay, good. I'm tired of constantly miscasting Olgreb's Toxic Radiance. Maybe I should round this up to 2.2, just give it a little bit more juice. I'm already wearing Wizardry ×1 and Int +12. I don't feel the need to go to Wizardry +2. Alright, second floor. AoE poison and run. It didn't work. See? That's what I mean, I'm tired of miscasting that thing. AoE poison. AoE poison. Alright, and run. AoE poison. Target my specifics and run. An Amulet of Reflection shooting me with arrows is a huge risk on their part. If they miss, A, I have increased odds of blocking thanks to my higher shield skill, and B, if they miss, they could shoot themselves. I have no problem with that. Antique Armor Emporium. Actually, all of my armor slots are already filled, but I'll take a look, see what they've got. Huh, literally nothing I can wear. That didn't take long. Chain miscasting this thing. It's only a 1 in 10 to miscast, but it feels like I miscast it frequently. Like much more frequently than that. Alright, anything on the shopping list I can almost certainly pick up right now. Where are we on jewelry. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I only get one more jewelry slot. So I'm not as eager to just put on any jewelry at this point. I want to put on something good. But double wizardry is good if I get a high level spell. So we'll see. We're just going to instantly buy up all of the teleport scrolls this guy's got, because it can be a lifesaver. And now that I've bought so many extras, I don't have to think as much when I use them. I can safely teleport knowing that I can teleport again later, or if the initial teleport was a bad one, as opposed to being so low on resources that I can't dare risk it. Then, so nice to be able to smite target priests. For those of you who haven't played this game, you cannot know how nice it is. These green guys, are one of the earliest enemies of the game that can just end your run in a fashion that feels almost unfair. They can do something. Smite targeting means that as long as they have line of sight on you, they can use the spell on you. And that's fine in general, but this spell can deal very little damage at times, or it can deal like 20-ish damage, which to an early game character is, 2 cast death, or 1 cast plus a couple hits with a weapon death. So to instead be the one who has the smite targeted spell and use it on him instead, that's fun times. Need to get rid of the summoner immediately. I think this is a chance to teleport. I don't like this engage at all. That was a very lousy teleport. But if I'm stealthy, I still might get away. Stealthy enough. Good. Nice. All right, hey, we got another shot at you. With good airstrikes, you shouldn't last very long. Good airstrikes, you shouldn't last very long. And we're going to turn off air magic at this point. It's made it up to 19. That is as high as it, without having a higher level air spell that I'm pushing for. I'll bet you if I haven't capped airstrike damage, I'm pretty, no, it's not even close. 57%. There's so much to go. Wow. Would have thought. Okay, we're good. Blaster caster. I know it looks slow going. That's because it is. I don't have the desire to end this run by being aggressive, going slightly faster and then dying. I'd rather go slow and steady and live. Did you not hear my warning about how dangerous it was to use range against me? No? Alright, well, that's why you're dead and I'm not. Constantly dancing this far away from the main fight, I make it so that only a handful of them are going to random walk in my direction. And if I do have to beat a retreat, I know exactly which direction to do it, and I'm not going to get flanked. It just saves you so much grief. Standing in the tunnel like I am now and fighting is much more risky, which is fine. And if you're trying to, minimize turn count or something, it's necessary, but I'm not. Okay, let's see what we got here. Unusable, unusable, undesirable. Shield of the Gong. Interesting. I mean, I'm not using it, but very cool. Okay, Amulet of Vitality. Mass ultra regen. So just yes. Will plus with int plus stapled on top. So very much yes. Yeah, I don't even go look at the other shops to know I'm buying both of those. Ring goes on, amulet goes on. You know how I kept saying running away, not getting back my stuff fast enough? Yeah, resolved. 350 for a potion of haste is insane. This whole shop is insanely overpriced. but it does have haste potions, so I will flag it and then forget it. Do I have a haste potion at all? I do. Okay, good. Regen MP. Wow, this character just became very viable now. I have polyresist. In fact, one of the only resists that I'm missing, poison, I have as a hot swap, so that's really good. Yeah, okay. Main dungeon, baby. Let's try and clear the main dungeon at this stage, or at least go down to D15, which is the last floor, without clearing it. This is where we stopped before because we had found the deity altar that I was looking for. Yeah, we can rest that. That's fine. AC is still 6 because octopus. Any other character class combo by now would have picked up at least 10, 15, right? No, I shouldn't say any, but most, because, you know, you put on some pieces of armor here or there. Okay, we got something interesting here. We got Draken Call, which is good, but most importantly, we got Irradiate, which is a very good transmutation spell for melee range. We have 3 amnesia scrolls, so I'm not worried about over-memorizing and not being able to get rid of it. Let's just pick it up. Air magic off, transmutation can keep training. Let's lock it down to 14, though. I don't want to just accidentally make it 20 or something. Okay. Any books we left behind? Ooh, we did leave some books behind. Nothing I care about. How did I miss this? Oh, it's in here. Well, we're going for it now. I think I can dig my way in there with a dig wand, right? Yeah, I can definitely dig my way in there with a dig wand. Let's go ahead and put on my enhancer stave is probably just fine. We only have 1 extra dig charge, so no. Okay, so you can't just dig your way in there, huh? Is this rock at least diggable? Let's find that out. It is. Okay, good. So we're in. We'll just freeze the entire chamber. Kill anything that survives. That was a simple plan. Now we have top level air spells, which are super castable. 1% on Arc Jolt, VHI's electrical charge, and 1%. Oh, sorry. And where is Maxwell's? Oh, is Maxwell's not 1%? 4% on Maxwell's. I should definitely get those into my arsenal. So we're going to put back on spellcasting for the sake of spell levels. And I'm not going to turn anything else off. I'll just make it a focus. Always got to check what's available. Okay, we've got a Minotaur's Lair here. Let's definitely look for where it is. I don't want to miss this. Looks like it's up there, northwest. It's a good thing I looked. I wouldn't have found it naturally. We're going to actually take one of those staircases. Any other staircase gets me there way more directly. Hey, fresh dig wand. Excellent. Not fighting those slimes would be very nice. All right. I forgot to drop a bunch of items before I went in, but 3 item slots is probably enough. We'll find out. All right. Looking at the level. enter left or right, and once you do, you either complete it all or you don't. Are there any artifacts in here? No. No artifacts in this, okay. What loot is available? Oh, there are artifacts, I just can't use them. That's different. Okay, cool. There's a haste, there's a telly. There's a zone chessboard piece. Oh, there's an acquirement scroll on the right. So right is definitely my preference right now. Any enemies that are unmanageable, those frosts are going to be a pain in the neck to deal with, but other than that, these guys look like small potatoes to me. What are these? Just abominations. The dispersal traps in there are a little nerve-wracking, but with regen MP++, should be okay. I think we just go for it. I don't want to deal with the dispersal nonsense in there. Perfect. Irradiate and poison should make short work of all of these guys. Okay, so R poise, RC, C invis. Not that cool. Bounty Hunter SAX's Codex of Doom. Oh, this I've got to see. That's none of those are spells I like at all. Yeah, no, this is a crappy pickup, to be honest. I don't think I want any of this stuff, so I probably just acquire gold there, to be honest. Okay, this is it. In order to get through this, do we need to free up any item slots? We do not. So I'll just go through. Seven-headed Hydra, Harpy, and Centaur. Know thy enemy. Try to open a long path that they will follow me down. I have very good resistance to cold, so. Okay, that did not prove too difficult. All right, this is it. Finisher. Put on Toxic Cloud. Blast whatever is inside. Irradiate a couple times should finish the job. Oh, whoa, 2 irradiates is enough to put me into contamination range? Not good. Not good. I thought that you could do 2 for free. I guess you can only do 1 for free now. Oh, there's a zombie in here. Hey, close off. Poindexter. Dude, Poindexter nearly killed me. Lord. Wand of Light, Identify, and Flame. Okay, so a bunch of good stuff there. What else you got? A buckler of good stuff. Definitely take a buckler of good stuff. I'm wearing a +7 buckler of okay stuff, so I'll keep mine over theirs, but I'll carry it with me just in case. Yeah, we don't need a flaming scimitar. I fought 3 simulacra and didn't use it, so I'm clearly never using it. Alright, well this was a disappointing Minotaur's Lair, if I'm being completely honest. Back to the ordinary dungeon. Anything else? Nope, okay. Regen MP++ and MP+. Just, I feel like I can cast spells forever. It's kind of great. It's cast. Wait, that's Fanar. Shoot. Okay, he's heavily resistant to that, so we're just going to go poison and then irradiate them 2 times. We learned our lesson. No, we did not. We can only irradiate once. Remember that next time. We did not get mutated, thank God, but, you know, gotta remember that. Okay, that's... I'll take a bring a poison resistance. Is there anything I need less? This I don't need, this I don't need, this I don't need. Let's get rid of one of the RC rings. Now I've got good pan resistances, but I'll keep it in my pocket. If I need to put it back on, I will. Okay, great. I think we're halfway home. Now let's get the other half. That was a terrible attempt to give a hillbilly laugh. Oh, right. Because of Regen MP, I can just keep firing. I was like, why haven't I run out yet? It's because I have the freaking Amulet of Vitality. Great run. Blaster, blaster. Okay, floor cleared. 13. Poison cloud, ice clouds everywhere. Boulder beetle, there was a time you scared me. Now you do not. Do you yield? No, I do not. Good. I feel like that arc jolt, if I had realized it was available sooner, maybe I would have gone for it, but now I just don't see myself using it. Rise Electric Charge, ditto. Ordinarily, I'd be like very much a fan, but the idea that you have to charge into enemies when you're playing a Blaster Caster, not exactly appetizing. Maybe once I get Blink Bolt online, it would be like Blink Bolt number 3 and 4. That would be good. But I would need to be capable of fighting already. Actually, a statue could have really statue form plus Vise. If that combo works, would be amazing. Because statue form hits like a truck in melee, but its only weakness is how slow it is. Now it's like, okay, well, I may be slow, but guess what? I can just appear on my target, so I'm not that slow anymore now, am I? You guys done here? Seriously, come on. Have you not figured out how futile direct action is against me? Alright, kill transmutations. Until I have a transmutation I actually want to use. Because I'm betting you statue form's already done cooking. If I wanted to use statue form, oh, I would need to put points into Earth. I could totally do. I mean, don't get me wrong, transmutation is really good for my irradiate, so it's not like it's wasted skill points or anything. Ooh, an international bazaar. Do we have mapping? We do not. Then it could be. Probably that trail of gold coins. I had to guess where a bazaar is. That would be my first guess. Maybe not. Toll of a bell nearby, huh? I have regen MP++, so I can actually search pretty quickly. I don't have to stop the heal. Oh, there it is. We found it. Would you guys mind clearing the entrance? I've got a place to be. Alright. Before we go in, let's clear a bunch of inventory slots. What do we not need? We don't need venom swords, thank you very much. Generic willpower is just not as good as will plus bonuses, which I'm wearing. Although having double will on hand, whatever, I can pick it back up if I care that much. We don't need enchant weapon ever. We don't need flight. We don't need attraction. In the game, obviously in real life, I would love to be attractive. All right, I think we've got enough. Let's go on in. Let's stop the door. Let's pick up the rest of this gold just in case something costs 5 gold extra. I'd be very sad not to have it. Okay. Falchion of RF plus will plus. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. Two-handers are a no-no. Take an amnesia scroll. Always nice to have options. Take heal wounds in pretty much any situation. I'm pretty sure Hardcore is already available to me in the dungeon. Yeah, so I don't need to buy it here if I don't want to. Alright, we out. Firestorm, Shatter, and Chain Lightning. Now we're cooking with gas. Firestorm, Shatter, and Chain Lightning are all the top level spells, plus Dragon Call. I have all the level 9 spells that I want to work with. Chain Lightning used to be it was always a 2-spell spell. Shatter is a singleton. You know what? We might just pivot over to Pure Earth and get Shatter plus Statue Form and win the game that way. Yeah, I actually really kind of like that plan. Where's Earth? I don't even have an Earth spell. So pure Earth magic for now. The only thing that's giving me hesitation is... Let's throw on another Wizardry Ring, actually. If, hypothetically, I went all in on this stupid plan, which, you know... Begin by admitting the plan is stupid. We'll swap out Poison Resistance, I guess. I don't care. How are we doing? Chain Lightning is 99% with a touch of Conjurations and a heap of air magic. So this might never actually work. But we'll get Statue Form online in no time with this method. So I can pretend I'm doing it for the Statue Form. Also, Maxwell's Capacitive Coupling is a really good instant kill spell. Is there anything I would get rid of for an instant kill spell? Probably F-Cloud is a real fun switch right now. Whatever, we'll just continue as normal for now. But bottom line, I like the idea of pushing towards Shatter for being my game ender. Okay, I must have dispersed into this mess. Okay, we good? We're good. Yeah, that trickle of gold coins was leading to another Gozog altar. There you go. Fools. You fool! Warren is already dead. Okay, good enough. Why the hell did I walk away in melee range from a Hydra? Am I trying to lose the game on purpose? Thank you for having 11 shields. That was very helpful to not just die instantly. You guys don't scare me. Sorry. I'm trying to be all scary, but you guys just don't look that scary. If you'd seen the shit I've seen, you would know how not scary you are. You, on the other hand, scared them. These big, bulky skeleton guys take like a million casts of... They have a lot of HP to chew through, and a lot of robustness to chew through in general, so you end up running out of mana pretty quickly when you're dealing with them. But I have regen MP++ on my amulet, so that does help. Having an absolute ton of HP and MP regen helps a lot in this game. Off mic for a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, and then we freezy poison you guys and blast your faces off. My face blaster, and freezy poison you guys. And if you'll just let me in there, I will blast your face off with my face blaster. Oh, so nice of you to show me where you were. The air strikes your invisible carcass, and there you go. Etten? You look like good eating, Etten. 8 blink scrolls. Yeah, I have 8 blink scrolls. I really should have been comfortable wasting that one way back when it would have given me a 20% or better chance to live. Sorry, would have saved me a 20% risk of losing the whole game. Yeah. Ooh, we got Ignite Poison. We got Ignite Poison. I don't know how critical it is anymore, but Ignite Poison plus Poison Aura just absolutely shreds so many threats in this game. Watch. Poison, poison, ignite, burn. Poison, poison, ignite, burn. Poison, poison, ignite, burn. It takes the already convenient poison aura and makes it much stronger. And it was no slouch to begin with. This is great. They can't get through the grates, but I technically still have line of sight or line of effect on them. Yeah, we'll take those. My money is now high enough that I can afford to buy random stuff and not worry about it, as opposed to like every dollar counts. Okay, floor cleared. Swamp, snake, or lair. All are viable, to be completely honest. Oh, sorry, swamp, snake. Both are completely viable, to be honest. I'd like to have something extra just to make it solid. We're one spell level away from statue form. I think once I have statue form, snake is the correct choice. So let's go there. Slow moving enemies versus slow moving enemies. Ice clouds versus cold bloodeds. And high AC versus high heavy hitters. I would have high AC because of the statue form. And my shtick is like dropping zones of danger, right? So even if I'm slowed, I can still, by being in statue form, I don't have to do anything. I just have to survive while they walk through my zones. And the vast majority of them will be vulnerable to what I do. So yeah, this is probably the right spot to go next. My will could use some work though. My will is not that great. Things to bear in mind. Plan? Okay. I understand. Oh yeah, why are we wearing this? Oh, interesting. If we swap shields, I give up 7 shield points, but I gain a will. So, not that interesting after all. Ordinarily, that 7 would be coupled with an amulet to increase it even further. But in this situation, amulet of vitality is just too good to even consider swapping out. Yeah, the only thing I'm going to miss here is being able to poison things with Olga's Radiance. Almost all of my enemies that I'm likely to encounter here are going to be poison resistant. I didn't know you could have fog and butterflies. I thought they got rid of that. Interesting, you can have both again. That's good. That was a really bad call, so I'm glad that they fixed that in this version. Alright, we're good. We got that done. Do not get caught by that Guardian Serpent's circling nonsense. Also, is Blink turned up in the dungeon? No. I really like basic Blink, the ability that lets you just jump out of the way of danger. So I keep checking for it on searches of the dungeon spells, but I haven't found it yet. You know what would be great here is being a statue, so that I wasn't taking nearly as much damage even when they hit me. Okay, statue form, let's go. Use a lousy letter for it. Okay, it's lousy. X is good. X is good. I am a statue. Thank you. Now, snakes look so fast now because if I take a step, they get several. If I take an attack, they get 3. But they can't really do much to me anymore. Actually, at this point, I don't need resist poison, do I? And I'm not wearing it. Match made in heaven. Also, I had better be casting this at 100% when you consider how much transmutation I have saved up. Blast wall. Statue up. Yeah, you can constrict me all you like, but I'm a freaking statue. What do you really think you're going to accomplish? I'm strangling a statue. Let me see how dumb that sounds. Alright, y'all done? Nagaraja will just blast you with air strikes at range. Hey, we finally found the mutation potion. Do not drink. I usually keep my form on Z, or X with Z, but I also keep my escapes on that. So, pushing the wrong button more often than I care to usually. Yeah, we don't need those potions ever again. probably done here. No. Statue up. This is a very bad idea. Attacking with a slow weapon while slowed by statue form. So much can happen while I wait. I'm way better off just whacking things with my hands. Gotcha. Okay. Not gonna lie, we made that floor feel pretty easy. I think I could very well make the argument for getting some unarmed combat training so that I can make better use of my statue form. Do we want to go that route? No, some training. I mean, why not? 5 levels is something isn't that much to ask. Put the zones down first, and then statue up second. Fools. Oh, we got shafted. Okay. Oh, I guess technically I was only shafted in the main branch so far, so I can absolutely be shafted in the sub-branches. I must say, we already have done a pretty good job surviving that shafting. I mean, there's the way out, so. Okay, I hate this opener. Let's just pull these guys downstairs and beat them up down here. So that's corrosion. I don't resist corrosion in the statue, but no. Oh hey, it's you guys again. I remember I hated you. How very little has changed. Just go up to things and whack them in the head, untrained on staves, because, you know, I'm a giant ass statue. I just read the Call of Cthulhu today, so the idea of a large stone with the head of an octopus in a vaguely bipedal form and corpulent that can manipulate minds. Yeah, just getting some real Cthulhu Flogan vibes off of this character right now. But it's not. But he's not a charmer. He blasts death into the air around his enemies. He doesn't blast death into the minds of those. Yeah, we'll just pick up a nice smattering of safety stuff. Wow, that's 600 gold. See, that sounds like a lot until you realize you're already at hundreds, so it hardly matters. Or thousands, so it hardly matters. No ordinary player will have that many in the game. I should say no ordinary deity. That's clearly the work of Gozog to hit thousands of gold. Here's the faded +2 cap. If I enchant it for +0, and it has no ability. So things but no things, I guess. I'd rather have regen +3. Stacking. 2 from the amulet, 1 from. Ooh! That's a nice summoning stepping stone. If I were to take Summon Forest, it's already doable. That gives me the ability to create a very nice safe zone to fight in. What's coming next? Swamp. Yeah, awakening the forest from the swamp is a big advantage. There's forest already, so it's like double effective as it would normally be. Normally you bring in some forest, but there it's like, not only am I bringing in forest, I can use the ones that are already there. Alright, sneak to 3. Okay, freeze you. Shooting around corners is really fun too. Oh, we can't pick that up. Excellent. What is the requirement again? Yeah, it's not actually a hard choice. We're just going to take the money, thanks. It's not much money, but it's literally... No, you know, I could have taken the spell book just to get those spells out of the... Ooh, that Nagaraja hit hard. Just to get those spells out of the viable list of requirement code. I don't know how the code works exactly, but I know that there are situations where if you already have a spell, you're less likely to be offered it. I could have increased my odds of getting the spells I want by picking that spell that I didn't want. Maybe. Alright, last floor? Could be last floor. Might be last floor of my day, to be honest. Or at least for this this recording session, I might break and then try again. I don't know. I'm just all tired. Good. Compass down. Blast everything with ice. Desire to just go and like try to poison with Orgrebs is so high. And then I keep reminding myself they're completely invulnerable to Orgrebs. Orgrebs only works on poison vulnerable. Come on, you little animals. Come at me, bro. You got nothing. Nothing. You are nothing. You have got nothing. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? I hit by a rock. Alright, statue form is now 1%. Shatter is 97%. Guys, shatter is on the table. I mean, it's not here, but it's already showing signs of yielding. That first percentage is the hardest one to get by a long shot. So the fact that it's already starting to yield means I might have Shatter online as early as end of layer or end of S branches, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, this is looking more and more like the snake. I mean, I'm pretty sure the snake pit is only 4 floors, so I'm pretty sure this is the last floor. I haven't checked if they changed it or something, but I'm pretty sure. We don't need to train unarmed combat. We don't need to train spellcasting. Give it all to Earth Magic, bro. I'm getting excited about the possibilities. This is the whole level, and this is the mouth of the snake. So I'm guessing that this is going to be the slow and painful, plodding descent area that I have to work my way through. Could I go in there guns blazing? Sure, but the odds of having to use consumables to survive goes way up. The odds of dying outright goes way up. With the exception of score, because of turns taken, I can take no incentive to risk my life. I pretty much always play for the score. Oh, wait, how can we not pick up a lot of roots? We used all of the other roots before. That's the only explanation. Oh, do I want to put on a ring of protection? Nah, 34 AC doesn't really care about plus 4 AC. Not the way that 0 AC cares about it. It cares about going to 4. Okay, so far so good. We are kind of just charging right down the middle, and very little harm has come to us. I keep casting Swiftness, which is bad because there's an anti-Swiftness that comes after it, but okay. I'm going to get cut off from the side. Hope the second mode to do that. Or cheeky sneakies. Alright, that's a good blast. And I was muted. That sucks. Well, I'm back. Okay, so, oof, I hate this spot. I think we're doing okay. We'll still keep airstriking, but there we go. I must say, when you realize that I'm still using airstrike, which was in the starting book, and it's still devastating enemies down here, you'll understand why my opener was air magic to 19, because it's effective. Shatter it at 88%. If the goal of the game was to cast Shatter, I could spam it till it was done right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would probably get horribly mutated, but I could do it. Alright, another blast of ice, length of the area. And, oh, we got Plasma Beam! Okay, that was one of my stated goals of this game, was to cast Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam is a pure fire air spell. It looks like it's damage on target. So what could I give up for that? I could give up Shock in a heartbeat, and I could give up Airstrike. Those are the only ones I really should be giving up. I shouldn't give up Amphibic Cloud in theory. In practice, it's probably less important at this stage than killing things and running from them. So, Plasma Beam. We'll put it on F, which is usually my tier 2 spell types, and show me what happens. Nothing in range. What is the range of the Plasma Beam then? Oh wait, there's a brick in the way. That's the problem. Okay, so Plasma Beam. Lightning and Plasma. Can't say I dislike it yet. All right, off we go, off we go, off we go, off we go. We are out. We got our first rune. This is where I was going to quit for the day, but of course, now that I have a Plasma Beam, I want to try it out. So let's just go a little bit longer. Plasma Beam. Oh, one shot killed the Swamp Dragon. Oh, I think I'm going to like this thing. Plasma Beam. This is actually a lousy time for Plasma Beam. This is probably better here. Because I have Amulet of Vitality, I get to spam it as much as I like. Plasma Beam! Plasma Beam! Oh my god. Okay, so you guys may not get the reference, you might, I don't know. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I want to say it is. Unless it's versus 3. Anyway, Thanos has a line, Plasma Beam, which is used on one of his attacks, and he uses that attack a lot in various combos. So being able to spam Plasma Beam and shout Plasma Beam like I'm a Doctor Doom is kind of awesome. Okay, statues shouldn't be running away like this, and I am, so let's bring that. Radiate once. Plasma Beam! Oh, you don't get to pick targets? It intentionally picks a far away target, it seems. That's less good by a lot. Well, not by a ton. It's not as good, clearly, but it's not a huge deal if you're killing targets so fast that it doesn't matter. 2 times 48%. I love it. Plasma Beam. I like not having to fiddle with getting the lightning bolt to have a double zap. It's always a double zap. Granted, you're giving up triple zaps or whatever, but when did you ever have a triple zap? God, this is so cool. This is one thing that is really fun about Crawl. When you work so hard to get your character. Oh! The double zap hit the furthest enemy, so it went through all of the initial enemies. Nice. Okay, this one that's really cool about Crawl. After you spent so much energy with your slow fledgling build that was barely viable, but wasn't coming along, and made do with lesser ingredients, and bit by bit you eked out a meager existence, and then you get stuff online. And for a little while, you get to enjoy just being powerful. Of course, if you're not careful, you think you're powerful. And then this happens. Plasma Beam! Okay, never mind. That went very well for me. Plasma Beam! Alright, don't fight her next to a tree. Plasma Beam! Participation! Alright, Shatter is at 71%. So I just did 3 airstrikes. I'm doing a few Plasma Beams, and the Plasma Beam just ripped that thing to shreds. So yeah, it's definitely the way to go. Alrighty, yeah. Damn, I both want to stay and go. Is that possible? Should I stay or should I go? Izul will kick my ass here because he cares about my will and he'll put me to sleep, so let's go somewhere else. The question isn't should I kill them? The question isn't can I kill them, it's how should I kill them? Okay, you are different. This guy is a horrible abomination. Let's step back, give myself space to not be killed by him. What are the odds of hitting him? Virtually guaranteed. Oh dang, he put a wall in the way so I can't reach him. But at least I didn't get mutated, so it's all good. Try again. Got him. When the plasma is targeting the correct thing, it's incredibly effective. When it's targeting the wrong thing, it's obviously useless. So I don't know. And that's a good design. Obviously, it's a good making me care about the positioning I'm in when I cast spells is making me think tactically. That's a good thing. Double tap with level 5 spells costing a level 6 mana is really nice too. Oh! Okay, never mind. It looked like it fired against 2 different targets between shots, but that's not what happened. Hey, we got Blink. We got Blink. Excellent. Really needed that spell. Now our defensive, getting away, troubles, and robustness are all much more solid. I know it seems like a small thing, but trust me, it's a huge deal to have a on-demand, give me an air gap right now ability. That's the other thing. Even if it's forces you to target the furthest enemy, it pierces every enemy with both bolts, so it still deals a ton of damage. And even if you're in the right direction with the enemy you're targeting, you can still hit the enemy behind. I think the bad situation is when you're being swarmed, right? Because then you've got 3 enemies and you can only hit one of them, and you're spending a lot of mana on it. But how is that different from Lightning Bolt or any other bolt spell? Because normally with the bolt spell, you can at least focus fire the one target that you're trying to kill, right? The most important or the most dangerous. With Plasma, if 3 enemies get into melee with you, it's going to be hard to get rid of them. But there's a Final Fantasy 3. I don't know how many of you played. Was it 4/6? Final Fantasy 4/6. There was a 3/6. There was a character named Sabin. He had an ability called Blitz. And what Blitz would do was he would input a sequence of commands, and he would do an attack. And the only limitation of those attacks was you couldn't pick a target. And I once read a walkthrough that said something like, you don't pick a target by picking a target. You cast it once to remove a target. So if you want to pick a target, cast it 2 times, and now you've eliminated every target except the one you wanted. Because, what's the point of picking a target when you're killing them every cast? So that's kind of how I feel about Plasma right now. It's doing so much damage, my god. And given how effectively it's dealing damage, the fact that it doesn't always hit the target I was aiming for almost feels like a footnote. It's nice that a Plasma Bolt can kill a fire-resistant enemy. Oh wait, we may have gotten all the way to the bottom of the swamp using just Plasma. Because I'm not even using Statue Form right now. I'm literally just Plasma Bolting everything. Straight up. I mean, I did use stack to a little on S1, but I didn't have to. Just have practically tab fighting at this stage. Thank God for that massive mana regen. Like, this would be very hard on the tank to be using lightning bolt or its equivalent. Because, ooh, you I do not like. You I like not very much. What's the odds of hitting him? Very good. Oh, right, but he resists electricity, so maybe find a better idea. First, we poison him. Then we plasma him. Plasma him again. Ignite poison. What the shit just hit me? It was literally just the spray of splinters from the Yoima. How much damage is this thing? 60, 70. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty good. Probably unnecessary, but better alive than hubris. Let's go back. Plasma beam. Plasma beam. You we will continue to knock out with the same tactic we were just using. Poison and none of this. Am I resistant to poison? No. I was gonna drop a poison cloud and then just go to town with. Okay, so I'm half dead in one cast. The only question is he fully dead in one cast? And I think he is, so I'm going for it. Oh no, I'm inside the poison cloud. I can't do that. Well, let's just blink again, in which case there's no need to be greedy. There we go. He is dead in one cast as predicted, and Plasma Beam kills you, and now I just run away. Yeah, I know it seems like a overkill to use 2 blink scrolls, but trust me, Nicola is worth it. He will kill you in one combo. If he gets close enough and he lands Chain Lightning, even if you resist electricity, you're dead in one cast. Maybe 2 casts, as he demonstrated this time. If I was playing for streaking right now, I would absolutely have been more cautious. Even more cautious than I was right now. Technically, I gave him a very good opening to let him within 4 spaces of me. I could have dropped summon butterflies or something and maybe increased the number of targets, reducing the amount that was all arced directly to me and him. Just Plasma Beam, by the way. That's all we're doing here. Plasma, 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 plasma. So effective, my god. I don't use anything else. Where are we on that shatter, by the way? What? Shatter is at 40%. I mean, damn. I could already cast Shatter if I was so inclined. If I slap on another Wizardry Ring just temporarily, I could probably get that down to 30, 20, 30% easy. Are we multi-training? No, we're just pure training. Okay. Slow down and come out any better than that. Plasma Beam. There's no way to extend the beam artificially past the target either. it exactly targets what it's going to and nothing else. But it does reduce the key burden, so they only have to just hit and go. This is the vault, or the rune chamber. Technically, I should probably, yeah, you know what, I'll spend a minute and search far away from it first. Just in case. I don't want to get flanked by, I don't know, Mennos or some horrifying unique while my head is deeply exposed inside Hydrogen, or whatever ending that is going to be. Okay, we're auto-exploring our way back here over and over, so I guess that means the floor is mostly cleared at this stage. I'm not resistant to poison. How do I keep forgetting that? I guess because I spend so much time as a statue, the statue form is resistant to poison, so I have the mental memory of being resistant even though I'm not. Hey, rune! This is probably nothing. Okay, we're out, we're out. Any artifacts of note? Not really. Nothing that excites the imagination. Any int plus gear that I should be taking? There is an int plus ring that could go on my protection from cold tentacle, maybe? I like my protection from cold. It gives me poly resists. So we're good for now. Let's just get out of here. Shatter is at 34%. So it's time to start shattering things. Almost. When we're ready to start shattering, we'll get rid of Ignite Poison Olgrebs, because that combo is not as strong. Well, we'll get rid of Freezing Cloud and Airstrike. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of Airstrike at that point. I have Plasma Beam instead of Airstrike. It's a lot of things I can get rid of. So, since I'm about to quit for the day, or at least for the time being, we've full cleared the lair, snake, and swamp. We've gotten 2 out of 3 runes, and we're working on a level 9 spell that's almost ready. The next stop will probably be Volts or Depths, and I'm leaning towards Volts because I have everything I need to win it. Plasma Beam kills a dire elephant in 2 shots. Okay, I hate this position. If I can kill these guys in a couple casts, I can make it much better. If not, I'm gonna have to statue up. Oh, perfect. Statue up and finish the job. Every time I say I should stop, I keep going. That's the sign of somebody who really likes the game. With the unmemorized Mephitic Cloud, I just put this bad boy on the same hotkey so that I don't have to. Actually, that's a fair idea. There we go. Now it's on the hotkey that usually has Magic Dart on it. That's much more. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ring of AC plus bonuses. Ring of RF plus RN plus R core plus bonuses. That one is actually mandatory. There are plenty of things that can punish my lack of corrosion resistance here. And plenty of situations where that becomes super important. And by way of comparison, a little bit of AC doesn't really go that far. By way of comparison. Even when you're immune to electricity. This is cool. It hits, usually poison and fire are kind of intertwined, right? It's cool to see electricity and fire kind of get intertwined here. If you ignore one, I still hit you with the other. And automatically, because it's targeting the far enemy, it's always trying to pierce. Or get the effect of multi-zap. And it's always double landing. Wow, Plasma Beam is fun. I don't know if it's good or bad yet. I think it's good, but it's fun as all get out. I can't remember the last time I used Lightning Beam to win a game when I didn't have to use it, but I have plenty of other options in this game, and I'm preferring this one. And even its downside of not being targetable feels like a side grade. It's obviously it's an appropriate level of challenge without being punishing, and it shouldn't be punishing because it's such a high level spell, right? And it's multiple spell schools, so you want it to be good. But it is kind of nice, honestly, to not have to target. You just click and go. Fool. I will zap the shiznit out of everything in there. Don't think I won't. Yeah, see, if I had been playing that without this auto-targeter, I would have almost certainly not bothered to line up those shots. I would have just fired at random. This one, each time, tried to target the far enemy, thus maximizing the likelihood of double zaps, or multi-hits. Alright, we good here? We good. Alright, where are we with... Shatter is at 16%. I don't care, we're gonna unmemorize something. The something has to be something completely useless to me at this stage. Airstrike is more or less useless. Freezing Cloud becomes much less useful when Shatter is available, so I'll use that one as my get rid of. Well, yeah, but Airstrike is also pretty useless, so I'll get rid of both those. And Shatter. All right, drop the floor, and now Shatter Dome. Seriously, lousy full for Shatter Dome. I hear the distant wind. I'm not interested. I have all the loot I need. The only thing I would want there is spells, and I got my high level spells. We're good. One cast of Shatter. So satisfying. Santa Roca, 2 casts of Shatter. 3 casts and a Plasma Beam finisher. That was dominance. Just absolute dominance. I just took Sant Roca and beat the snot out of him. Alright, I'm Mark, so let's just plan to leave before anything goes wrong. But obviously, how can I resist killing some elephants on my way out? Some rampaging dire elephants that are trying to kill me, obviously, and I'm not a poacher. You think you're marking me? I'm going to mark myself by making enough racket. I'm aware of the salt pillars. I just don't care. I'm ripping the dungeon apart with my mere presence. We're going to go in here. No singing sword. No fragile will hammer. And no bar poison thing. Now I have plenty of slots to work with. Let's get rid of some stupid rings. Again, the mission objective here is to not to conquer and not to loot, but just to live. It's a very modest mission objective. Really be able to accomplish it. Okay. Run. Barbs are not out yet. Barbs are not out. Barbs are out. Okay, else. So now we're going to run. Ideally attract as much as possible attention before I start shattering at the door. Shattering at the door. Shattering at the door. If I have to drink magic, I will. Shattering at the door. Let's drink brilliance first. Shattering at the door. A very unusual way to beat this level. Failed to cast, so we definitely drink magic here. Shattering at the door. Did not get mutated. We're going to shatter before I cancel. Shatter before I cancel. Shatter before I cancel. Shatter before I cancel. Maybe I don't cancel. Maybe I just take the risk. Yeah, okay, we cancel out now. Okay, we definitely we definitely made an entrance. I have never once cleared this area this way because usually you don't have shatter or anything quite so powerful online, and you have to be tiptoeing because there's nowhere to hide. It's a wide open level structure. But I have both regen MP++ and shatter storm, so yeah, we just went for it. This is not good. This is definitely another drink magic situation. I hate that I'm using all my magic potions here, but it's fine. To be clear, I probably could have done that in a less sloppy fashion and gotten more magic potions out of it, but that worked really well. And now we are going to loot the place after all. Anti-magic is a non-bow. An RF plus MP plus 9 ring is really nice. There are a lot of situations I would use that in. Anti-magic is a non-bow. RC plus N plus 4 is very nice. We'll take the box of beasts too. Pearl Dragon Armor is pretty sweet. RC minus is whatever. RLEC ring opens up my options again. Alright, we good here. Well, I hate to bust your guys' bubble, but if I just did that here, then there's nothing that is... Shatter is 7%. What happens if I take off Wizardry? Shatter's 11 with Singleton Wizardry. I don't need the Wizardry ring anymore. So we're going to use that to plug in plus 4 instead. with the RC bonus, and now we are really, really pushing it for OP. We're really pushing towards OP at this stage. Anything of note there? Nothing I want. Oh, what is this, Frederick? Okay, Frederick doesn't scare me. Plasma beam him to death. On the one hand, probably not a good idea to be shattering so much. On the other hand, I was already marked, so do your worst. You know, not your best, though, just your worst. Yeah, at this stage, it's still not wise for me to be spamming shatter, not because of the noise per se, but because it depletes my mana faster than I'm dealing damage with it. If I'm using it against 5 or 6 targets, like here, that would be fine. But if I'm using it against a single target, I'm going to run out of mana pretty quick. Possibly before I've even finished the target. Here I just want to open it up a little so I have maneuvering room. Okay, so I actually have become something of an eldritch horror, haven't I? A statue octopus that flules along and then obliterates absolutely everything it comes across. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, ain't gonna lie to you. What used to be Magic Dart and Mephitic Cloud, you know, single target damage and AoE, has now become Plasma and Mephitic Plasma Beam and Shatter on my hotkeys. So. Okay, well now we're really talking. Necromutation means that I can get Torment and Mutation immunity. That could potentially make this a post-endgame character. Hat of the Locust gives me Arc Corrosion without wasting a slot. Ring of Will and Int is nice, but a little less awesome compared to all the other stuff I'm working with. What is my current hat again? Hat of RC minus, Regen plus. Regen plus is not as important since I have Amulet of Vitality. And an extra AC point is nice. Yeah, I think we take the Hat of the Locust. I think we take the Hat of the Locust here. Ditch the Hat of RC minus. Come on, where are you? Can't see it. Looking in the wrong place. It's weird to drop Strength plus 8. On most characters, that would never happen, but hey, play the character you've got, right? The character I've got benefits from the AC a little bit more. Unless I did it wrong. Was I wrong? No, I was right. Okay. Zap boom, 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 zap boom. Zap boom, shatter, shatter. I think one of the biggest factors that determines shatter or no shatter for me, well, a couple of them. Firstly, how many enemies am I hitting, right? I.e., how much mana am I saving? And second, how close am I to a staircase? If I'm next to a staircase, I can always bail, and it doesn't matter that I've made an area wide to be open. But if I'm like far away from the staircase and then I rip the whole area open, I have no way of breaking line of sight from a pursuing enemy. And that's a much worse position. Bolts is 5 floors, right? Or is it 4 floors? It's 5 floors. But you know what? We're good here. I'm going to go back to the main dungeon now and call it a day. or at least an afternoon. This is a character that has every business winning the game and winning the tournament. Well, winning a tournament win. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.